Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back. Calvin here with Droid Life. So we're going to do now our full official Moto mod tour here with the Moto Z. So we got the phones yesterday. You know that. We've unboxed them, given you a brief software tour. But one of the big selling points, or obviously the big selling point, is the fact that you can add on functionality to the phone. So we're just going to dive into this and show you the options that you have available or will be available when it launches, and let you guys decide if this is a worthy add-on or reason to go for this phone over something else. So here we go. Let's go hands-on here with the Moto mods. All right, so I've got 3 in front of me, and then we'll actually let Tim show you guys the Jbl speaker here in just a little bit. But the idea here is simple, right? You have a phone, and so in this case, this is the regular Moto Z Droid. We'll just call it Moto Z because it's easier to say. So ultra thin phone. If you want to add some functionality onto it, you simply take one of these Moto mods and slap it on the back, and then that gives you functionality. In this case, this is the Toomey battery pack. Now I'm charging the phone just with this simple battery pack. Now, as you can see, it adds a little bit of thickness because there is obviously a battery embedded in there. But it's not adding a whole bulky case where you're covering up the whole phone and all of that stuff. It's basically just a little add-on accessory. And, you know, I popped that on, didn't need to press any buttons for anything to work. I can do the same by removing it. You don't need to eject it or do anything special. You just pop it on or take it back off. So anyways, that's the basic idea here, right? So what Motorola is doing is they're going to create a pretty massive line, I think, of different options. So this is a style shell. Now this actually came in the box with the phone. So these style shells, they don't offer any functionality. They're just for looks. So this is obviously that sort of natural wood look. There'll be leather options and the ballistic nylon options. And so if you're not exactly thrilled with the standard look of the Moto Z, you can always slap one of these on and just change the look like that. It also makes the camera puck up there much more flush. And so now you have a completely different looking phone. And so with these as well, you just stick your finger down here towards the bottom, and then you just pop them right off. So they're held on with pins and magnets and a little bit of magic. And that's essentially how those work. So these, we don't know pricing or availability just yet, but again, there's going to be different options, different wood options, again, leather, and they can sort of take these in a number of ways. Assuming they catch on and they become popular and worth buying, you could seriously go with a new one probably each day. So style shell, again, this came in the box. So not a lot to say there. We do have the projector right here, which is the Insta share projector. I'm going to save that for last because it might take a little bit, but I'm going to take a look back here again at this Toomey battery. So the Toomey battery, and I've got the box over here. So here is the Toomey battery. You can see there it says 2220 milliamp hour battery. So the Moto Z is more than 2220, and so is the Moto Z4. So both have bigger batteries than that. So you don't exactly get a full charge with that, as my Moto Z is using voice. So you're not going to get a full charge, but it will give you some charge while you're on the go. And let's say you can't get to a charger or something like that. So it's really simple how they made all of this work. So as I just showed you a minute ago, you just slap this on and you get this little vibrate when it's attached. And once you attach it, it then will start charging. So if we look up top here, you'll see that we now have 2 battery meters. So the one on the right over here is the phone battery, which says 77% at the moment. And the 30% over there is actually the battery meter for the Toomey pack. So when you plug this on, when you snap this on the back, you get that status. You know how much battery is in the Toomey, how much is going on with your phone. Now, if you look up here, you can see the battery meter shows it's charging, but it's not the standard charging. If you were using a wall charger, you can see it's just a little plus, and that's the signal for you are charging with a Moto mod. So if we jump into settings, and I mentioned this in our software too, or how there's this Moto mods option, except the Moto mods option doesn't have anything going on. It does when you actually attach a Moto mod, of course. So in here, it says what's attached, it says it's charging the phone right now, and shows me how much battery is left in the Toomey pack. There's also a battery efficiency mode, which my understanding is when you have it turned on, it then tries to keep your phone constantly at 100%. So if you take your phone off the charger, throw on the Toomey pack, it'll charge it up to 100 and then try to keep it there. So you're never losing juice, if that makes sense. And that's pretty much it. The other thing you can do is look at a tutorial for it. You can actually go in there and reset it, and that'll come in handy potentially with the projector or some of these other options. And then you can also software update. So these Moto mods, believe it or not, can receive software updates. And in here is where you would check to see if there's a software update available. So that's kind of cool. So the Moto mod section does fire up once you attach a mod. So you're probably wondering, how do you charge this? So in order to charge this, it has to be connected to the phone, and then you go ahead and charge the phone. So if I plug this in, USB Type-C charger, and we look up top, it actually will show that each of them is charging at the same time. So it simultaneously charges both. So that's basically how that works. So that is, oh, here we go, USB charging. So that's essentially how the Toomey battery packs work. Now there's a Kate Spade battery packs. I believe there's also Incipio battery packs. So Toomey isn't the only company out here doing this. And then again, to pull it off, you just peel it from the bottom, comes right off, and then it goes back to using your phone's battery and no more charging. So that's that. Let's move both of these out of the way now and get into the projector. So projector is going to more than likely be one of the more expensive options because it is actually a projector. So it's the InstaShare projector, and it says you can go up to a 70-inch big screen by projecting on a wall or screen or something like that. You can adjust the angle. It has a kickstand integrated in here. There's a fan to keep it cool. It does 50 lumens nominal brightness. It has its own built-in battery, and it does auto keystone correction. So with this, it's a little bit different than the Toomey. This one you actually do charge. So here is a USB Type-C port down here. You charge that, and there is a battery indicator that will be green. And so it sort of tells you how much charge you have, if it's full or whatever. And you can also press this button to see if it's green or not and whether or not you have enough juice. It also has a power button here. So when you're connected to the phone, that's what you do. Instead of just plugging it in and having it shine you right in the eyes, you actually have to long press a button in order to get it to turn on and start projecting. And then you do have a focus wheel here. And again, this is the kickstand, so you can prop it up and get the correct angle. So with this one, same deal. You attach, you get that little vibrate, and then it starts working. With this one, you do have to go a little bit step further and actually turn it on. Again, they don't want you to attach and have it just shine bright and blind somebody or potentially show something that you didn't want everyone in the world to see. So it vibrates and it knows it's there. And again, if we jump into Moto mod settings, it now says Moto InstaShare projector is connected. It tells you the battery percentage for it, which is at 65%. And again, you can check the software here. There's also a tutorial you can walk through and all of that stuff. So again, every time you attach something, it sort of goes up there. Now, with this projector, you long press the power button and then it should come on. And so you can see it projecting there. It does just mirror whatever is on your screen. So there isn't extra software, an extra app or anything like that. If you want to play something or show something on your screen, you just turn it on and it starts blasting whatever's on there. So you can do this with any app, video apps, music apps if you want, picture galleries, or even just show somebody what's going on your screen. So I could jump into the app drawer. This is going to be really hard to show you, but I can go into the app drawer and scroll around and you can see it's just mirroring that for me. Obviously, the further I get away, you can see it just shows you a bigger and bigger experience here. But that's pretty much what it looks like. It's an InstaShare projector, and it gets semi-bright. Obviously, you want to use it in darker areas. The resolution on it, none of the packaging says anywhere, and most of the promo material doesn't either. But we did ask a guy at the event yesterday, and I believe he said it's 480i potentially. So we're not talking even HD resolution here. So you're not going to get the greatest picture you've ever seen. But you can use it to quickly share or watch YouTube video or something like that. And it could come in handy from time to time. Again, with the low resolution, I don't know that this is going to be a must-have accessory, but the idea here is kind of cool. So again, that's pretty much how it works. Now, there is, as I mentioned, a zoom wheel. You can also press the button one time on it, the power button again once it's turned on. You do get some projector settings for Keystone Auto, or if you want to adjust it to sort of get that balance when it's projecting to something. And then there's also adaptive brightness, and that's sort of your only settings there. There's again a fan to sort of keep it cool if you're using it, and that's pretty much it. So I mean, you can see I'm just projecting down on my desk here, and it works. It works simply, and it doesn't take any extra fuss, and it just sort of does its thing. So I will long press to turn that back off, and then I will just pop that right back off, and then we are done with that. So that's the projector. Again, we don't know pricing and release information and stuff like that, but this is going to be one of the main ones they will be pushing to you, along with the Toomey and then obviously the shells. So Tim also has the JBL speaker with his Moto Z Force, and he's going to tell you guys about that now.
All right, so this is the JBL Sound Boost Moto mod made exclusively for the Moto Z or the Moto Z Force. Of course, these will work with the Droid editions for both of the devices. So essentially, what this does is it makes your phone louder by playing the music through the JBL speakers right here on the back side. As you can see, there's this red strip that goes down the bottom, and that doubles as a kickstand, which is pretty sweet. So when you're listening, you just set it up, throw it down, there it is. On this side here, right there you can see the USB Type-C port, and that's where you're going to be charging the internal battery, because this is not power from the phone's internal battery, so it has its own separate battery, which is nice. That way you're not draining. Although when you are playing from here, it's not charging the phone simultaneously, so keep that in mind. When you are charging it, right down here is a LED indicator, and so when you hold that, you can see that it's got green, so that means I'm pretty charged up. If it turns to an amber, that means you're starting to get low, and then when it's red, that means you are about to die. And when you plug it in, that LED light will stay lit and kind of give you an idea of how much is charged. And of course, when you put it on the phone, you're going to see on the display how much battery percentage is left. And of course, right here are a array of pins, magnetic pins, I will say, very magnetic. So right here, cut out for your camera, so you can continue using your phone as you normally would if you need to take pictures or something while you're listening to music. Totally doable. So not much in terms of hardware, so let's go ahead and give it a try. I was trying to determine what music I would play for this demo, and I opted for Led Zeppelin. Can't beat a little bit of lead. So what we're going to do is align it. On the back side, you got your pins on the back of the phone, Moto Z Force, and I just plop it on. It vibrates, and then here on the bottom, Moto Mod connected, battery 60%. So that's all we need. If we head into the settings menu, we can see what the JBL Sound Boost speaker has. And going down, I passed it right there, Moto Mods under settings. And so it says JBL Sound Boost is connected. It shows me my battery percentage. Can tell me about the Moto Mod. There's a tutorial, although it's not really a tutorial, it's a single page. It says now you can pop out the kickstand and turn up the volume. And that's it. That is the tutorial. You can check for software updates. I did. There are no updates. And then you can also go into the hardware information, check out software version, and your UID. So that's it under the Moto Mod section. Let's show you what this bad boy can do. First, of course, I have to show you what the phone can do from this single external speaker here at the top. So let's go ahead and do that. I will kick it off with Immigrant Song, and we'll turn it up full volume, see how it goes. I won't talk, that way we can just hear sort of how loud it is getting. All right, not too bad. So now we're going to play it, but then we are going to attach the JBL speaker and show you how loud this bad boy gets. So there it is. As you can see, it does get quite a bit louder. Of course, you can adjust it going down. And, it doesn't work only for play music. Any audio that comes from the phone, the JBL Sound Boost speaker will work, like YouTube. If you're making a call on speakerphone, that'll work too. It really amps up the volume. So definitely a nice little accessory if you're big into, kind of carrying your phone around as a music player. And then to unattach, right here, there is a kind of a indent, and that is where you can grip it and with your thumb and sort of peel it away. Inside the instructions, Moto and JBL make it very explicit that you do not detach the Moto mod by pulling on the kickstand. That will essentially rip the kickstand out, because this is it's sort of a fragile feeling piece. You don't want to give it too much force going this way. So definitely do not remove by using the kickstand. And that, folks, is the JBL Sound Boost speaker for the Moto mods.
And finally, I did want to show you guys this accessory here. So Motorola hooked us up with all of the stuff you're seeing here. This is obviously all review unit type stuff, but this is an actual Droid Moto mod case. So if you pick up all of the Moto mods and you've been wondering how you're going to carry these all around, it appears they're going to sell a case. So has a zipper pocket up here you can stuff things in, and then it also has slots for all of your Moto mods, and so you can just slide all these in, and then you have these all in a carrying case, assuming you're going to have lots of these. And see, they're double-sided pockets. You can just slot these in, and then you can sort of just be on about your way with this sort of hard shell case to carry all of your stuff in. So I thought we'd share that as well, but that's pretty much it. It's just been a quick tour here of Moto mods. Obviously, as more come out, we'll share those and share opinions on them and things like that. And obviously, once pricing and availability and that stuff comes out, we'll let you guys know. And we'll probably have some more definitive thoughts on whether or not we think Motorola has done right by these Moto mods. Obviously, this isn't a full review or anything like that yet. We're just sort of getting this initial impressions and sharing with you guys how they work. I'm still a huge fan of the way they're doing it versus the way anyone else has done it so far, but it's tough to see if there's real value here yet or not. So we'll have to do more testing to get into those. But anyways, just a quick tour of the Moto mods for the Moto Z and Moto Z Force. If you guys have comments, questions, or want us to check anything out in particular, we can do that. We're Droid Life. Peace.